Oh, how times have changed. 4 years after calling Bitcoin worthless, JPMorgan CEO Jamie Dimon says that clients can now buy the cryptocurrency, but it doesn't mean he's buying it himself.
I am not a fan of it. We are going to allow you to buy it, and we're not going to custody it. We're going to put it on statements for clients. So, I don't think you should smoke, but I defend your right to smoke. I defend your right to buy Bitcoin. Go at it.
Go at it, right? Jamie Dimon, who also called Bitcoin a pet rock, understands that personal feelings can't get in the way of business, especially not while business is booming. Bitcoin topping records today. You have it above 111,000 per Bitcoin. This is as major crypto regulation bill advances now into the Senate. Meanwhile, hundreds of industry leaders head to Washington for a dinner with President Trump tonight. There's a lot going on. I want to talk about the Genius Act with you, Dagan. We've been talking about the Trump meme coin that's been on fire, but maybe Jackie, I'll come to you first on Jamie Dimon and sort of the about face, but hey, I guess he's a smart businessman when it comes to that.
Absolutely, and I think he realizes he's alienating clients if he doesn't allow Bitcoin trading. I thought his smoking analogy was actually a pretty good one. You know, do it at your own risk. It could be dangerous. We certainly know that, and that it's a risky asset, but he knows that people that he works with are interested in having it included in their portfolio. So I think he's doing the right thing from a business standpoint. And we've, seen Jamie Dimon over the years come out, even despite his personal beliefs, defending his business and choices that it makes. For example, doing business in China. It's a huge market for them. They want to be able to do that, even though there are so many issues that we've been discussing with respect to trade and how we deal with our adversaries in other countries. So I think he's looking at it from a very just black and white, bottom line, dollars and cents standpoint. Good for him.
Liz, your thoughts?
So this is important. And this is one of the times in my career and my observation of Wall Street that I'm so mad at myself, because all the big banks had the same policy as JPMorgan. They would not allow clients to buy Bitcoin. So eventually, Morgan Stanley, I think, was the first to change policy. You knew the others were going to come along, exactly like you're saying, because they were losing clients to other firms. And now it's happened. But what does that mean? Trillions of dollars in assets under management, and registered reps all over the country, financial advisors, can now put people in Bitcoin. We knew it was going to make it go up. We knew the Trump administration was basically friendly to crypto. This was such an inevitable move. That's why it's gone higher now. That's probably why it's going to continue to go higher, because Bank of America, for example, the biggest bank, has not yet made that decision, and they are bound to.
Dagan, the Genius Act is something that Kevin O'Leary, for one, has been advocating for in terms of how excited he is. Monday in the U.S. Senate, they voted 66-32 to advance it, setting up a stage for a final vote in the Senate. One of the key headlines I read is stablecoin legislation cements USD supremacy, and it mandates that all stablecoins be backed one-to-one by high-quality, low-risk liquid assets, a la U.S. Treasury bills with maturities fewer than 93 days, effectively makes them like money market funds. Tether, we should note, is one of the top foreign holders of U.S. Treasuries. They're at $150 billion, right along there with Germany. So how are you thinking about this and the legitimacy now that this further cements for USD?
It's an important piece of legislation, and kudos to Bill Hagerty, the senator, from really pushing this forward and making it a centerpiece of his legislative pushes. It sets up, just broadly for the audience, a framework so we can have a piece of coin, a digital coin that's linked to the dollar. It's not a central bank currency. I mean, it's not a central bank-backed dollar, so the federal government's not going to be able to track your payments. But we need a way to transact business via digital currencies. And it's very important for the future of the dollar and the supremacy of the dollar long haul. I do want to note, Josh Hawley, senator, filed an amendment to the Genius Act I don't know what this amendment has to do with the U.S. dollar stable coins to cap credit card interest rates.
No. Nope.
Alongside Bernie Sanders introduced a bill to cap credit card interest rates at 10% in February. Again, not conservative. Again, ultimately, when you try to cap the price of something, you restrict the supply of it. So I don't know where this conservative, not conservative Republican senator is coming from, but somebody send him an econ textbook, because you're getting in the way of, again, you're getting in the way of future development, of advancement of our economy and financial services. You're putting us in reverse, buddy.
Brian, push us forward to tonight. Trump is hosting a dinner for the top 220 holders of his Trump meme coin, which launched in January. I see it trading at about $8.07. Analysts think that this thing's going to $25. Your thoughts on the crypto community and Trump?
Well, I don't have any fundamental analysis to do on his.
Come on.
I don't know if that disappoints
You're
you
sure?
at all. You know what I like about President Trump on this stuff is he cares enough about it to understand it, participate in it, get to know it. And I know you got people out there talking about all the conflict of interests and all that stuff. Fine, whatever. I'm not worried about that. This is an emerging field. Even Jamie Dimon has had to say, you know what, I could have maybe possibly been wrong on the staying power of this thing. And President Trump, who was in Jamie Dimon's camp not long ago, has said, faster than Dimon, said, you know what, I think there's something here, and I'm going to understand it, and I'm going to, more importantly, I'm going to help support a framework that can make it workable in America. So the dinners, the whatever, the main thing President Trump is doing is throwing his weight behind guys like Bill Hagerty, who are creating frameworks, not so that President Trump can participate in this, but any American who wants to put capital in play in this field can do it, and they can do it in increasingly secure ways. I like that. That's pretty good.
Sounds good to me.